Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Red Wine Talking. I think I'm a couple minutes late. I apologize for that. I hope everyone is having a good week so far. Happy Thursday. Pre-Friday, I hope everyone is going to have a great weekend. I want to jump right into our conversation about about which type of sex is the hottest. I saw a post on somebody's social media that was asking the question, and I decided that's a good topic to have a discussion on. So I wanted to discuss with you guys whether or not the I've missed you sex or the I'm sorry sex or the forbidden sex is the hottest. Forbidden meaning thief sex, like we say in Trinidad, or sex that you should not be having, stolen sex, you're having sex with somebody that you should not be having sex with. I've missed you sex. My daughter described that sex as toxic sex. That's a good word as well. I've missed you sex is sex, I guess, when you've been away from your partner for so long and you've missed having sex with them. I think that sex is pretty hot as well. And the I'm sorry sex, I think, is also very hot. The I'm sorry sex is where you probably did something wrong or you did something that might have hurt your partner, and it could be considered make-up sex as well. So jumping right in, I talked to my daughter about this before the show, and she said to me, well, doesn't that depend? And that is so my answer to almost everything, because for me, life is relativity. You know, a lot of things depend on other things. I don't think, and I always thought growing up that everything was either black or white. But as life started to teach me, everything is not just black or white. There are gray areas, and a lot of things do depend on the extenuating circumstances. So it would depend on which sex is the hottest. Every couple might have a different answer as to which sex is the hottest for them. Every couple will have an individualistic answer depending on what they're going through at the time. And of course, there are partners that are maybe really great at sex, and there are partners that probably aren't as great, aren't as attentive. When I say great, I mean they're not as attentive, they're not as affectionate, they're not as passionate in the bedroom. So yes, it would depend, but let's talk generalization purposes just for the show, just to get an idea of what is it that we might think is the hottest. I believe for me, and when I discussed this with a few other people before coming on to the show, of course everyone remains nameless because we don't want everybody else's business on the road, like how we would say in Trinidad, your business on the road. We don't want everybody to know what's really going on in your personal or sexual lives unless you're really comfortable with it. But the feedback that I got was that it was the hottest sex was the forbidden sex, the thief sex, the sex that was being stolen, the sex that you weren't supposed to be having. That was the sex that was generalized as the hottest sex. And for me, personally, for my life that I've gone through, the different sexual interactions and experiences, for me, the sex that is the hottest is the forbidden sex, otherwise known as the toxic sex, which toxic is a very strong word, but it could be described as that as well. The sex that you should not be having. For me, that was the hottest sex And I tried to put it into words. Why is it that it's the hottest sex? I wanted to explain to you guys, my viewers, well, why is it the hottest sex? Why did I choose that one as the hottest sex? And I think I could call my husband's name here. He's the one that said to me that it's the hottest sex because it's everything that you're not supposed to be doing is exciting. Things that you are not supposed to be doing is exciting for some reason, you know. It's forbidden, it's stolen. So I believe that makes it a little bit more passionate. So that is what brings in the extra heat in that sexual interaction. Also, I think that as much as that might be the hottest sex, the forbidden sex, I think that the I'm sorry sex, the make-up sex could be pretty intense as well. The I'm sorry, the make-up sex is such a sensual sex. It's like more of a making love to your body as opposed to the forbidden sex. The I'm sorry makeup sex is somewhat of a endearing sex. Like you're endearing me from head to toe. You're like basically taking in each part of my body, and you want me to know how sorry you are, and you want me to know that I should forgive you. So you are paying extra attention to my breasts, to my Juliet, to my thighs, to my stomach, to my neck, to my lips. Oh my God, let's not forget my lips. I think the I'm sorry, the makeup sex will be a lot more kissing, which I love in a sexual encounter. The kissing and the gentle biting of the lips. I think that's something that's also very hot. The makeup sex. And I also believe that it was the makeup sex, the I'm sorry sex, and the I've missed you sex. Let's not forget the I've missed you sex. I've missed you sex is more of a devouring, more of a desire. Like you're having desirable sex. You are showing your partner how much you desire him or her. And desirable sex is so very much encouraging. Like if your partner is showing you how much he loves your body and wants to devour it bit by bit, then you are going to want to do the very same for him or her. You're going to want to do that as well. You're going to get much more involved. Adila Alric, welcome. She said vex sex is good too. Yes, it's so true. Like when you're really upset with your partner, vex sex is like when you're upset with your partner, and that sex could be pretty hot. That sex is intense. That sex is, again, one thing that I really like maybe throwing up against the wall and really like pushing your body against your partner and making them feel you on every level. Miranda is missing, so I haven't been able to say hello to her. I saw Sandy. Hello guys, I want to take a moment out to say hello to everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I also wanted to say hello to my brother. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I know sometimes this disrupts the conversation, but I like to welcome my guests. I like to let you guys know that you're here. So I just wanted to take a moment to welcome each and every one of you because I see you popping up on the broadcast. Yes, Adila, the miss you sex is so hot. The miss you, I think I really like the miss you. As much as I decided that the forbidden sex, the toxic sex, the sex that you should not be having sex is hot, hot, hot. I can see why each one of these variable types of sex can be really hot, can be really, really hot. Also, I want to go back to an experience that I had, a personal experience that I had with the forbidden sex. The forbidden sex, I felt like if it got me more aroused, it got my juices more flowing. It's like with the with, with the expectancy, with knowing that I'm going to see this person that I probably should not be seeing, and still kind of resisting that it would go to that point of sex because you're thinking, well, okay, so maybe I shouldn't be having sex with this person, but I can see him, I can have a friendship with him, and that type of anticipation without truly anticipating, because you're having a friendship with that person is coming to see you, you're going to see that person, you're thinking that you're going to just hang out, even though you do have that attraction, you do have that anticipation, you might have already fooled around with him or her, and so you do know what that feels like, and I think it feels even more intense and even more hot and even more want, like you have a deep want for this person, knowing fully well that you shouldn't have him or her. And I think that gets the juices flowing. I think that gets it flowing more than any other time, Also, the I've missed you sex, going back to the I've missed you sex, you do want your partner to know. So you might be doing a little bit more nibbling on maybe their ears or their neck or like their nipples. You know, you might be doing a little bit more nibbling, playing around with them, like I miss you, Betty. And I think that's very much a turn on. That gets my juices flowing big time. So there might be more foreplay. The I've missed you sex might be more foreplay than anything else. Even though the forbidden sex, I can see foreplay being very much extensive with the forbidden sex as well, because you're thinking, if Romeo doesn't actually enter Juliet, that maybe I'm not doing something so wrong, I'm just kind of fooling around. I remember thinking when I was younger, well, I didn't allow him to put his Romeo in my Juliet, so I didn't really have sex, so I didn't really do anything wrong or sinful. But that foreplay and that getting ready for the actual penetration is very much intense as well. The anxiety with forbidden sex is mind-blowing. Yes, it is, Adila. It really is. The juices definitely flow more. I agree. Yes, it's like Eve with the forbidden fruit. Very well said, Adila. It's so true. The juices are flowing. You are soaking wet before anything even begins to happen because of the anticipation, because of that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think I've covered everything. I've covered the I've missed you sex. I talk about the I'm sorry sex. I think the I'm sorry sex could be tied into the I've missed you sex as well a little bit, because I'm sorry and the makeup sex means that you haven't really been having sex because something went wrong, something happened, so you haven't really been having sex. So I think the I'm sorry sex and the makeup sex can be tied in together with the I've missed you sex, which is wow, which is also very intense. If you were to do a double whammy on me with that could be pretty hot also. I wanted to also say that the forbidden sex can also be tied in with the I've missed you sex and the I'm sorry sex, because the forbidden sex might be sex with somebody that you know you're not supposed to have sex with, and that person has a partner, and you know that person has a partner, so that person is also having apologetic sex with you, sex with you, and they're also having the I've missed you sex with you. So the forbidden sex is tied in with the I've missed you sex, because you haven't seen that person for so long, because you're already in a relationship, so you don't get to see that person for any lengthy period of time. And the I'm sorry make up sex, because you're apologizing to your partner for being with someone else and having to share with someone else. So that, I think that is exactly why the forbidden sex can be considered the hardest sex, because of the fact that the I've missed you sex and the make up sex, I'm sorry sex is all encompassing with that. So just a little few tidbits, just to get it all out of our system. Guys, I like to talk about sex because frankly nobody's talking about it, and we all love having sex. I know it's a taboo subject, and I know for some people they can't handle it, and I'm very sorry, but all you have to do is basically just stay away from me, which I wouldn't like that at all. But I want to take the moment to thank you all so much for watching. I want to take the moment to let you guys know that it is your decision when it comes to every and anything in your life. You don't have to force anybody to do anything with you or for you. You don't have to force yourself to do anything for anybody. So I wanted to tie that in with the forbidden sex and the I've missed you sex and the I'm sorry sex, because sometimes we might be having sex just because of the flesh, the weakness of the flesh. And I know the flesh is very weak, but the mind is a powerful thing, so you can use that as well to control what you think you should not be doing. I always say follow your heart. Follow your heart. I'll leave you guys with a valuable piece of advice. Follow your heart, but take your mind with you. Your mind is a very powerful thing. Don't waste it. Your heart is very powerful as well, but you've got to be able to put some intellect into your feelings. So that's my little giveaway, my giveaway for you for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining. I want you guys to share me with your friends and family. I want you guys to remember that I may not be on Facebook for much longer because not everybody likes the sexual topics. I may have to turn over to YouTube only. So please subscribe to my channel, Red Wine Talking. Look for me on Facebook. Help me grow. Help me grow by following and liking my page at Red Wine Talking. I'm also going to be doing like a sideshow under Cheryl Ann Marshall, where I support small businesses. I support my friends with their ventures. So I'm also going to be doing that. Look out for me. And in the meantime, take very good care, and love to all of you. Enjoy your weekend. Hugs and kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And take good care. Ciao for now. Ciao for now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.